Okay, so today our encouraging word comes from an experience that we had this weekend. I had with my girls this last weekend. They did their last mile in a marathon, so 26.2 miles, and they got some awesome bling for it, so they were really excited. But the process was not easy for them and was not easy for me trying to get them to finish the miles that they needed to before the date that they would run the last mile. While we were running in the neighborhood, just trying to get them to focus on how far they needed to go, they would say, how much further? Are we there yet? And I tried to give them small goals. Okay, let's run to the next mailbox. Let's run to the next street sign. Let's run to the next stop sign. So in that process, they could see the next goal ahead of them, and they knew where they had to get to. And so they would run until that goal, and then we would stop and walk, and then they would run until the next goal, and then they would stop and walk. So they knew that they were going to get some rest at some point after they got to that goal. It is a hard process, and it is the process that we actually live in life itself and with our Christian walk with Jesus. So what I wanted to compare to that today is in the scriptures, in the Bible, Paul talks about running a race, and I wanted to read that to you. That is 2 Timothy 4:7. I have fought the good fight. I have finished the race. I have kept the faith. And Paul knows he's at the end of his life at this point, but as Christians, we want to be able to say that we have finished the race good, that we have finished it strong, and that we have done what God has called us to do. And so in our life, the problem is that sometimes we hit those bumps in the road, or we hit those places in the road that feel like they're impossible, and we're so exhausted and we can't keep going, and we don't want to keep going, and we want to quit, and we don't want to go to church, and we don't want to go to youth group, and we don't want to go to class, and we don't want to do some of these things. And then all of a sudden we are out of church, and we are out of the race in general. Like, we are not running the race anymore. We are not showing others Jesus anymore, and we are not showing God in our lives and shining the light of Jesus. And so what I would love for you to know is that God is cheering you on. He wants you to run this race and feel good about it. And God wants you to continue and go and go. Now, there are days when I don't feel good about it. I feel burnout. I feel tired. I feel exhausted. But there are also days that I feel exhilarated and feel on top of the world because God is blessing his people, and I see other people come to know Jesus through the lives of others who are showing his love to them and are running the race the way they're supposed to. So understand this, it is a hard process, and I know that, but God wants you to keep on keeping on. And Paul tells us it is possible to finish the race and to do it strong and fight the good fight until the very end. So no matter the trials or tribulations that are happening in your life right now, and if you're totally exhausted, which I understand that, you still can run the race and continue. Find someone who will mentor you. Find someone who will be that person that goes alongside of you. Find someone who can text you or call you or push you in the right direction. Be an accountability partner, a prayer partner, someone that will help you in your daily life to stay on track. It is hard to stay on track, but it is possible. So I pray that you will find someone who will help you with that, find a friend that can help you with that, and continue to run the race, finish the race strong, and know that there are others cheering you on and praying for you to finish the race. And so continue in that path that God has for you. Try not to veer off of that path. We do that sometimes, and it's okay to get back on the path and not stay off the path. Sometimes we beat ourselves up and say, oh, well, we messed up, so now I can't go back on the path that God has for me. That is not the case. So please remember that you need to focus on the next goal and the next goal spiritually so that you can stay on the path that God has for you. I hope that I see you along the way on the race and that we are running toward the same finish line to heaven someday. So if you need someone to help you be accountable, send me a text, call me. I would love to do that and help you. Love you all, and thanks so much for watching, and talk to you again another day this week. Thanks. Bye.